nitakukosa. Kubali Mwenyezi, tuzeke pamoja, takupenda milele. Like I never loved in my life, so love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never love you like I never loved in my life. So love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved in my life. I thought I was fine, baby, until love came and opened my eyes, baby, yeah. Perfect design, yeah. You came to me right on time, baby, yeah. And you know you did, and you know you did. Wangu ni wewe, ukienda milele nitangoja. Najua kwa wengine nitakukosa. Kubali Mwenyezi, tuzeke pamoja, takupenda milele. So love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved you like I never loved in my life. So love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved you like I never loved in my life. So love me like you never loved in your life. Whenever we're together, oh life so nice. Kama sijakupenda then I never loved in my life.
Radio. Tune in and power up.
Hawataweza kukupenda. Hawataweza.
Some fresh is on the beat.
Mbona do you have to be this way? Unajitoa from all the promises we made. You wanna blow up all the loving that we gave. Listening to
He said and the she said. Uongo za mjini zimenoga. Niamini na kupenda
ni wewe tu. Wakusema watasema,
usiku watalala. Hawataweza kukupenda vile ninavyokupenda. Amini hata dunia itashindwa na cha kusema. Na wakisema ni mapema kupenda tunavyopendana. Tutaishi kama Romeo na Julia kwa sinema.
baby achana na usiwasikize hao baby achana na usiwasikize hao
The city's full of haters, full of players. Wakutupiga sana, oh they wanna break us. Usiwasikize hao, oh baby achana nao. Cause when we say ni forever, ni bout tunaweka. Mimi na wewe tu, let us go down in history.
Niamini na kupenda
Ni wewe tu. Wakusema watasema,
usiku watalala. Hawataweza kukupenda wakuache na maswali bila jibu. City boy wanna break your heart, city girl just wanna have fun, love you then leave you, wakuache na maswali bila jibu. City boy wanna break your heart, city girl just wanna have fun, love you then leave you, wakuache na maswali bila jibu. City boy wanna break your heart, city girl just wanna have fun, love you then leave you, wakuache na maswali bila jibu.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
This song goes out to wase wanapenda kupare, wasichana tuhanye hare hare hare.
Yeah, kleptomaniacs. Let's go. Let's go.
Tuamke hare, tukaruke hare, tuchizike hare. Hare hare hare, tuamke hare, tukaruke hare, tuchizike hare. Hare hare hare.
Bueni hizo simamini na mashati uchi kwa floor.
Hare 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 hare.
Bueni hizo simamini na mashati chizi samo.
Hare 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 hare.
Wacheni niseme story ya hare na mashori, mabale raba Johnny. Ziko kwa wingi na sasa twende nchini, kikleto utaamini na kiri na mungiri, de picto tumewasili.
Lady, if you wanna scream hare, fella, tuhanyeni mpaka che.
Sing along now.
Hare 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 hare. Tuamke hare, tukaruke hare, tuchizike hare. Hare hare hare. Tuamke hare, tukaruke hare, tuchizike hare. Hare hare hare.
Basi wachani endele kupiga makelele, tuko wapi kengele, mamanzi hapo mbele, sura nzuri na nywele, tumeshikwa na nyege, saturuke sengenge, twende tukasegede, ati nini segede,
Umeingia kani, mikono hewani, na pesa mfukoni, nyama kwa sahani, okota kahani, peleke gizani, mwambie wa mtamani, vipi hadharani, hey, hey, jamani, chezo kasarani, moto pale ndani, samahani.
Bueni hizo simamini na mashati uchi kwa floor.
Hare 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 hare.
Bueni hizo simamini na mashati chizi samo.
Hare 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 hare.
Wacheni niseme story ya hare na mashori, mabale raba Johnny. Ziko kwa wingi na sasa twende nchini, kiklepto utaamini na kiri na mungiri, de picto tumewasili.
Tuamke hare, tukaruke hare, tuchizike hare. Hare hare hare. Tuamke hare, tukaruke hare, tuchizike hare. Hare hare hare. Tuamke hare, tukaruke hare, tuchizike hare. Hare hare hare. Tuamke hare, tukaruke hare, tuchizike hare. Hare kosa si kosa, makosa ni kurudia. Pole sana kama umevumilia, tulikosana, nikaomba ungenirudia, ukanikana hadharani mbele ya dunia.
Beti lichomeka, zima moto hawakusaidia, ndege ya vieta kianguka wakunyambia, saizi liona na sikufuatilia, jirani alikuteka, mali yangu wakanikulia. Ni sawa,
umeniacha nimeachika, ni sawa, ningenyamaza yote tisa, but for you, is that who you have picked over me? Umeniacha nimeachika, ni sawa.
uko sure huyo ndo mwenye unataka? Uko sure?
Ni sawa.
Uko sure unaweza sema with your chest? Uko sure?
But for you, is that who you have picked over me? Umeniacha nimeachika, ni sawa. Ni sawa. Ni sawa.
Nomba on your wedding day, stima zipote, upate fat fingers, ring isitoshe. Your boyfriend akubaie kadogi ukidhani nika cute kakuume. Mother-in-law na father-in-law wakuchukie wakikuona, unadhani yeye ni catch kumbe yeye ni spam donor. Yo ni nini unabonya? My lord, I wonder, but as long as you're happy when wependa kenye unapenda imeenda.
Ni sawa, umeniacha nimeachika, ni sawa, ningenyamaza yote tisa, but for you, is that who you have picked over me? Umeniacha nimeachika, ni sawa.
Uko sure huyo ndo mwenye unataka? Uko sure?
Ni sawa.
Uko sure unaweza sema with your chest? Uko sure?
But for you, is that who you have picked over me? Umeniacha nimeachika, ni sawa.
Good morning. Welcome to the Power Morning Drive Show. On this very beautiful Monday morning, my name is Wanyoike, and I officially welcome you to the Power Morning Drive Show, only on Power Radio. We are doing and cruising well from 8 a.m. all the way till 10 a.m. So you do want to stick around and find out what we shall be doing, what we shall be discussing, and all the things in between. Remember, you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are at Power Radio across our socials. We are on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and X. And also you can catch this live broadcast on our YouTube channel. We are at Power Radio. If you haven't subscribed, please go right now, right there, and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we are live. And also you can get this live stream. We are on www.power254.org/Power Radio. You know how we do? We go into some music break, and then when we come back, I give you the traffic updates as well as the local and international news roundup. Keep it right here on Power Radio.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Should I wait for your love, little mama? Tell me, are you coming back home in the summer? You might just find I have moved on, little mama. How for love, then finding the one, and suddenly Meisha, hali ya maisha. Imagine living your life and never finding the one. I saw your time in Aisha, but we both know it's better this way. Manifesting, single and searching, like a virgin, nobody touching. Manifesting, single and searching, like a virgin, nobody touching. How long should I wait for your love, little mama? Tell me, are you coming back home in the summer? You might just find I have moved on, little mama. How long should I wait for your love, little mama? Little mama. Sometimes my ego gets into the way. Mwendo kiwa kasi, kazi ya likizo usinifanyishe. Wacha sarakasi. I feel some type of way when I call you and you don't answer. I feel some type of way na sipendi kubebwa fala. Losing my mind when I see you with your new guy. See you online, but you don't wanna reply. Losing my mind when I see you with your new guy. Rudy online, don't wanna say goodbye. How long should I wait for your love, little mama? Tell me, are you coming back home in the summer? You might just find I have moved on, little mama. How long should I wait for your love, little mama? Little mama. How long should I wait for your love, little mama? In the summer, are you on? Who's gonna keep you nice and warm when I'm gone? Whose side are you on? Who's gonna keep you nice and warm when I'm gone?
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
It's been a really long time, tangu nikuvutie. I only called today, but I think about you every day. Najua nilichoma, yeah. I take the blame. Juu tangu iyo day, I've never been the same. Find me at B&D off late kila weekendi. Nimekosana na wengi, lakini sisi I'm regretting. I know you know me well, usikate juu niko mlevi. Please don't hang up on me, niache niseme ukweli. I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje, na wapenda shingo pande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje, utahepa someday. I'm not stalking you, niliona umepost pictures are cost. Your new man doing the most. You seem happy, you seem so happy. Called to let you know I'm taken but available for you. Bestie, we nirudishie phone. Cause you don't understand what the hell is going on. Kilimani reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. She needs to know what's in my heart. Oh, I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje, na wapenda shingo pande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje, utahepa someday. I've been upset cause no one loves me better. Hata wanipende aje na wapenda shingo pande. I know you're upset cause no one loves you better. Hata wakupende aje utahepa someday.
Reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. She needs to know what's in my heart. Oh, Kitty Mommy reminds me I'm alone. Oh, I need to call her now. Needs to know what's in my heart.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
All them girls, wanna big up yourself in a dancing party. This one is original MC Mighty King Kong. Wanna big up.
Them love him, them love him, them love him.
For real.
Them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him.
And them sugar.
Them love him, them love him, them love him.
She's on the regal, I'm saying.
Them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him.
Lord of mercy.
They look so nice, they look nice all along.
Again.
When they walk, it feels so good.
I'm in love all them girls in the world.
And when they smile, he's in the mood.
She's on the repeating.
Cause they are the ladies who really want.
One more time.
Cause they are the ladies who really want.
She's a little girl and when a baby jump around town. Cause I really tell them my baby give a love. And a baby come around town and give me little love. Regional King Kong gonna run things. All of them are pretty girls, give me some love. Cause I really tell them baby jump around town. And this a reggae time and a baby come again. Give me little love and baby jump around. Cause I really tell them my baby come around town. Original King Kong give me some love. What them call me, what's in my name? K-I-N-G original king. When I K-O-N-G original Kong. All of them are girls when I'm making the feel. And at this a reggae time when I baby shake your bumps. Cause I really tell them baby come again. Again.
Them love him, them love him, them love him.
Selassie.
Them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him.
And them girls.
Them love him, them love him, them love him.
Them cool.
Them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him.
Them a booty in the one.
They look so nice, they look nice all along.
A little bit dance.
When they walk, it feels so good.
Reggae time.
And when they smile, he's in the mood.
I am always in the mood.
Cause they are the ladies who really want.
The lady's choice.
Oh yes, cause they are the ladies who really want.
Them a booty on the one. China girls come around, China give me some love. Regional King Kong gonna run things. Cause I really tell them my baby give me love. And a one time, when a two time, when a three time. No more, no two, no three, no one, no biggie, let me say. When a girl come around, when I give me some love. Cause I really don't tryna baby give me love. Cause I really tell them mama come again. It's a dancing time, not dancing party. Cause I really show them my baby give me party. This a reggae time, man, a baby shake your bumps. Cause I really tell them original king gonna run to the one. Cause I really tell them baby give me love. This original gonna make them feel reggae time coming, making the fire. Girl, them girls sing along.
Them love him, them love him, them love him.
Kenyan girls,
them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him.
Ugandan girls,
them love him, them love him, them love him.
Tanzanian girls,
them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him.
Surrey Georgie,
them love him, them love him, them love him.
Papa Benton,
them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him.
Mighty King Kong,
them love him, them love him, them love him.
and them girl Sugar,
them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him.
she's on the real wine.
Them love him, them love him, them love him.
I'ma give them love.
Them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him.
Woman,
them love him, them love him, them love him.
for real.
Them call him Ladies' Choice, them love him.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
All right, that is the mighty King Kong. My producer is telling me that he died on Christmas Day. What a sad yet merry way to die. I don't know. But yes, with the ladies' choice, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. I hope it's the ladies and gentlemen's choice. We are on the Power Morning Drive Show. My name is Wanyoike, and I am your host, your captain, if you would like. And we are cruising this ship all the way from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. as we discuss what has been happening in the world of politics, both in Kenya and also internationally. But before that, let me give you a little bit of some traffic updates, because I understand that some of us are still en route, and you need to know exactly how the roads are cruising. We start off with the major roads. Thika Road, not looking so bad, but from all the way from KCA University, there you go. Yes, from KCA University heading towards the Pangani Junction, things are a little bit snarly inbound towards town. But after that, Apo Globo, you know how it is. Lazima kukue na kamshikamano, but things start clearing up afterwards. We also have Langata Road, all the way from Galleria Shopping Mall, from Rongai. Things are looking not so good, but after Bomas, Vitus in a clear up, and then I can see where is this, that area around Weston, inbound heading towards town. On your way to Nyayo Stadium, things are looking a little bit crazy. Also, as you go towards Bunyala Road, things are bumper to bumper to bumper, but hiyo ni mambo ya kawaida. Yes, Haile Selassie, of course, things are moving right there. Hapa ni wapi? Mombasa Road, things are moving, especially inbound and also outbound from town. Not looking so bad, but of course it's expected. It's Mombasa Road. We also have Wanyoike Way, all the way from, where is this now? All the way from, as you head towards Westlands, yes, all the way down till University Way, all the way till Uhuru Highway. Things are bumper to bumper, like just all code red. So if you can avoid that route, you would be great to do so. I can also see Limuru Road. Things are a little bit, yes, we're actually, it's all clear. We only have a little bit of a snarl up from, where is this? Around the United Nations Crescent, that area. But also from there, things move. And then inakuja kushikana hapa hivi, where is this? Parklands, yes. On from Aga Khan roundabout. No, not Aga Khan roundabout. This is along the Aga Khan Hospital Lane, all the way towards the temples. Is that temple? But things start clearing up from that. Kiambu Road, moving. It's clear, but things start getting a little bit crazy. Apo Gertrude's Hospital, and then as you head towards Thika Road. Yes, so if you can also avoid that route, you can do that. If you can avoid it, do so. But in case of any accidents or incidents, remember you can get in touch with us and let us know so that we can keep all our listeners and our viewers as well up to speed with what is happening on the major roads. Remember, the hashtag to use is Power Morning Drive, and also you can get in touch with us on our social media platforms. We are across TikTok, we are Instagram, Facebook, and X at Power Radio. If you've not yet followed us, kindly do so. Tuta appreciate tu zaidi. And also this live broadcast, we are on YouTube at Power Radio as well. Subscribe, like, comment, share to your friends, your frenemies, your enemies as well. Everybody needs to know what is happening on Power Radio. And also, we are on our live website, live streaming on www.power254.org/Power Radio. Right, now let's get into some news for today. And the papers, the main story that I can see in the papers today is the bodies. You know, what a shock. And this shall be forming the basis of our discussion today. Today we are looking at the human human rights violations amid political protest, amid political violence, amid political crisis. Why is it that we always end up having, some lives that are lost when we are in like a transition of some sorts, while fighting for political freedom, while fighting for social and economic freedom? So you want to stick around from 9 a.m. so that we can be because that's what we shall be talking about. But let's start off with the Daily Nation. The cover story, the cover page of the Daily Nation is police theories on the city quarry deaths. Now, for those that do not know, there has been reports of dead bodies that were found decomposing in Kware area around Mukuru kwa Jenga. And there's a lot of theories that are happening. There's a lot of theories that the local authorities are coming up with as to what would be the cause of these deaths that have been found out. So let's see what the Daily Nation on page 2 is saying. Now, the story is sound of gunfire and exploding tear gas canisters rent the air in Kware yesterday as police engaged angry locals in running battles following the retrieval of 2 more bodies from the dump site where dozens of human remains have been discovered since Friday. Police were forced to apply force after the rowdy crowd started pelting them with stones while chanting anti-government slogans, with some attempting to set Kware police station ablaze. Their efforts to get the station were, however, thwarted, with officers acting swiftly to disperse them. The locals accused the police of laxity in fighting crime. This happened just a few hours after Acting Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja announced the transfer of all the officers at Kware Police Station, located around 300 meters from the dump site, with immediate effect as investigations into the shocking incident are ramped up. Now, some of the theories that really that the police have given is that first, okay, so here is what's happening. One, the most of the bodies that were found were for women, and the age that, according to DCI Mohammed Amin statement that was issued, is that it's women between 18 and 30 years old. And also, there's also something else that was some of the theories that came up from this decomposing bodies is that, one, there are allegations that we have a serial killer within Kware. There's also an allegation that there could be a rogue doctor who is conducting very heinous acts of letting, packaging the bodies into the dump site and just disposing them off. So and then there was also another theory that it might be sacrifices from the occult. Those are some of the theories that the police are saying, but we will talk about it more, and I'll give my opinions on that. So yeah, it's staggering. Honestly, this is staggering, and as the police boss has said, we are going to see that in the coming weeks, investigations have been launched to find out exactly the cause of the deaths. And so as we get more information on that, we will be sure to come back and tell you what is happening. But of course, the Nairobi governor, Mr. Johnson Sakaja, had something to say about this, and he said that the young men who led the retrieval efforts even before the police arrived will be rewarded and honored for their work. The county administration has mobilized resources to help the families of the victims, he said, adding that the assistance will include psychological support and counseling. We shall also talk about that as well. Members of the Kware eldership said they were pleased by President William Ruto's directive that the investigations be expedited, or pointing out that their concerns regarding the dump site have always fallen on deaf ears. Okay, so that's what's making headlines in the areas of Kware, huko katika huko katika kunaitwa wapi huku Mukuru kwa Jenga. All right, and moving on swiftly, the page 4, we have a story about Azimio calling for meetings today amid split over route dialogue invite. So we would be expecting that while opposition chief Raila Odinga has backed the talks, which President Ruto had said would start today for 6 days, his core principles have said they would not be party to any negotiations with the government. Of course, this is following last week, I think 2 weeks ago, Raila Odinga was able to address the president, and he was saying that he is open for dialogue between him and his Kenya Kwanza. He's open for dialogue between him, the Azimio party, as well as the Kenya Kwanza, the Kenya Kwanza team right there. But as we can see, there's already some disagreements here and there, which let's see, the page 4 all the way till page 5 of the Daily Nation goes in depth to state that the Raila Odinga-led Azimio La Umoja One Kenya party has convened yet another crucial meeting today to take a common ground on the dialogue convened by President William Ruto after a Saturday night meeting failed to reach a consensus. Dr. Ruto and Mr. Odinga are jointly pushing for national dialogue under the proposed National Multi-Sectoral Forum that had been expected to start today for 6 days. A move widely seen as a plot to culminate in the formation of a government of national unity. This is what the president has been calling a broad-based approach of government. So the two have been invited, have invited the youth who have been the face of the nationwide anti-government protest to the talks, generating disquiet among other Azimio leaders. Azimio National Executive Council Chairman Wycliffe Oparanya yesterday evening disclosed that the coalition principals will meet in Nairobi today to chart the way forward. Remember, we held several anti-government protests over a number of issues affecting our country that now the Gen Zs have also raised. That's Mr. Oparanya saying right there. So yes, so we have some coalition principles from AODM, and this is the rundown of who is not really interested in this bill. Now, the paper also goes on to say that, but even as the coalition principles are set to meet again today, Mr. Odinga's ODM appears to have set its sights on the talks after its Central Management Committee, that's the CMC meeting last Friday, endorsed it. Tomorrow, ODM has a special joint meeting of the National Executive Committee and the parliamentary group that is widely expected to ratify the CMC decision. This is a very busy week for the president. I mean, first, we are still building back from the sacking of 21 cabinet secretaries and also his attorney general. And so with that, there's also the dialogue with the Azimio party as well. So it's a very, very busy week and quite exciting. But something that Kenyans are waiting with bated breath is who is going to fill in the vacant spots that we have, because there's so much speculation going on. Are they going to come back? Some of the people that were sent home, are they going to come back, in a reincarnation of some sorts? Are they going to continue, being part of the government in one way or the other? So a busy week for the government, a busy week for Kenyans as well. Let's see who gets to scoop these seats. But moving now on to our international news. Everybody is talking about it. The Trump shot in failed assassination bid. Now, this was last Saturday when during a public rally, for those who do not know, Donald Trump was the former president of the United States of America. He is again running for president in the November 5th elections that are happening in 2024, this year actually. So we have just like months away. So on a Saturday rally in Pennsylvania, how do you say that? Pennsylvania, we imenishinda, but yeah, in I don't even know how to I don't know how to pronounce that, but that state that is called Pennsylvania. He was addressing his supporters during a rally, only to be almost assassinated during that protest. I don't not protest. I'm so Kenyan. I'm so used to protest. Maka, it has become, a daily lingo for me. No, during his rally, and actually the shooting suspect is 20-year-old Matthew Crooks. He was identified as Matthew Crooks and actually was shot dead by a Secret Service agent immediately after the attempted assassination. And so so some of the reactions that came out of that shooting from Donald Trump is, one, people think that it was a stage. Donald Trump is not new to drama. He likes the attention. He's a populist. Of course, he is a populist. And one thing that populists, especially populist politics, do, it's that they have a way, like their strategy is usually to have the people talking, whether it's in truth or something that is quite grotesque. Like that's just how populism in the sphere of politics work. And so some of the people who are some of observers, I also know some comedians who are very, comedians are like truth tellers. They just are truth tellers, but like manage to be funny as well, because the truth sometimes is funny. And so so a lot of people across the US and across the divide were saying that this was a staged sort of performance, for lack of a better word. Why would somebody stage such a very detrimental look? Because like it's not a look. And in fact, I think blood was seen on the ear where the bullet passed through. It's one, it could send a message that he's being targeted. And like what that does for people is that they sort of get this sympathy on him. Like they would get sympathetic towards him, they would get empathy towards him, and so that sympathy and empathy now in one way or the other turns into more voters. So in a way, like whatever you see, whatever narratives that the political sphere is allows you to see, is usually to be able to move you towards the direction of more voters. If it is voting, for this case, it is voting during the elections as well, because they understand that the voter is also an emotional being. And you might not know it, but like it's very strategic. Yeah, it might look like it's a small thing, but come November 5th, the election outcomes will tell you. And this is something that is planted within the subconscious. So that's one of the reasons as to why something like this would be changed. Of course, would be staged. And I'm not saying that it was staged. Allegedly, it was staged. And then something else is that now Donald Trump is a Republican. He represents the Republican Party. Of course, the Democrats were not quite excited about this. The Republicans were not happy about this, and there's been some spewing of language against the Republicans, saying that it's the Democrats who organized this, sort of act in an attempt towards assassinating the former president of the United States. But this is also not the first time that an American president has been on the table in terms of an attempt of assassination. We saw J.F. Kennedy as well was assassinated. We have Reagan, President Reagan was also assassinated in that, and many other attempts of assassination. So I mean, and something else that I also want to pick interest in is that if America is a very what could quote unquote be seen as a matured up or a grown democracy, because I mean they have been independent since 1777, so those are so many years into this thing called democracy and democratic processes. So we were having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were saying, if at all the America, as it were, a country that is known to have one of the most progressive democracies, assassinations are still happening in there. Where does that leave Africa? Where does that leave Kenya, for instance? Where does that leave most of the countries where, we are young democracies, we're still trying to figure things out, And I mean, we've seen so many other assassinations across Africa. We have Thomas Sankara, the former president of Burkina Faso. He was also assassinated and ousted out of power, and many others. People also say that Magufuli was also assassinated, allegedly. Don't come for me, it's alleged. Nobody really wants to tread that, but allegedly he was assassinated. So yeah, it begs a question. So one, assassinations really are, I really struggle with the fact that the powers that be really fear, because assassinations are just a fear-based approach, so because you cannot deal with, for example, the bad politic of whoever is in power, so you fear for whatever they can do for this country, or you fear for whatever outcomes are going to happen, so it becomes easier to get rid of them by ways of assassinations and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the only thing that I can say about this assassination issue. And so yeah, let's get some music right now, and I come back and I conclude on our local and international news roundup. Remember, you are tuning in to Power Morning Drive Show on the Power Radio, and do not touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Ijabera heri okaneno moro kakai, nafasi nimeweka usipotosheka nitawasha generator. Kusema kweli wanizingua daily, moyo wangu umekuwa mwepesi, nitamfinesi mpenzi na kuenzi, usipokambi nitadedi. Ay mama, asikapari sechete. Ay mama, asikapari sechete. Nasema wo lo ya ye, wo lo ya ye, asikapari sechete.
Benzi baby, kwangu you're my honey, na kuimbia hii wimbo my baby kutoka moyoni. You drive me crazy, I miss you daily. Hey, 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 kwa madeni takuseti. You are the love of my life, na muhasi wanje na kumbora na huyanza. You are the love of my life, na muhasi wanje na kumbora na huyanza.
Ay mama, asikapari sechete. Ay mama, asikapari sechete.
Para parochanda ketoia Lando baby when I see your face mikambuta Sunshine to my heart Umia werowi usieptunya
Ay mama, ay mama, asika pari sechete. Ay mama, ay mama, ay mama, ay mama, asika pari sechete. Nasema wo wo lo lo ya ye, wo lo lo ya ye, asika pari sechete.
In my heart, I confess, nimefuta all the rest. For my Luo love, I can't replace. Juu hata mimi msapere, nigwedete wewe. Oh, heri majape. Juu hata mimi msapere, nigwedete wewe. Oh, heri majape.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
That is Luo Love, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. Now, we are finalizing on papers today. On something else that we also have to talk about is the resignation of the former police boss. Inspector General of Police Japheth Koome resigned on Friday afternoon. And of course, the head of state has appointed Mr. Koome's deputy Douglas Kanja as acting inspector general. So the resignation of Inspector Koome came as a surprise, actually. He resigned amid, the continuing police, affiliated killings, right? And he was, I remember I was watching a clip of him saying that enough is enough. I cannot do this. But we've not had another statement from him since Friday. So we are going to wait and see what will come out of his. So Mr. Koome's departure, this is according to the Daily Nation, from the NPS comes on the heels of a youth-led street protest in which at least 41 people lost their lives, mostly to police gunfire. The protesters have been calling for his removal, right? He has been the Inspector General since November 2022 when he replaced Hilary Mutyambai, who left the service after falling out with President Ruto during his campaign for the top job. At the same time, the president reassigned Deputy Inspector General of Administration Noor Gabo, CBS, to the civil service. So, yeah. Yes, so right now the Inspector General the acting Inspector General is Douglas Kanja. I don't know what, they can do whatever they want to do with it. Do whatever you want to do with that information, eh? But we continue with our papers. We continue with our papers review for today. Now on the Standard newspaper, I can see that there's a story here on page 5. Ruto says, pray for me as I appoint next cabinet. President William Ruto has turned to the church for prayers to help him form cabinet. The president called on the church to keep him in prayers so he makes the right choices while appointing the new cabinet secretaries. Speaking at a church service at Ndogino AIPCA Church in Daragwa, Nyandarua County, that was also attended by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Ruto sought the approval of the congregants on his intended formation of another cabinet, which hinted will include other political factions and stakeholders. Nyandarua people, are we together as I walk this path of forming a broad-based government that will unite the entire country? The president posed as the congregation affirmed their support. All right. So yeah, as I had said earlier on, the Ruto he has a very busy week ahead of him. Again, the speculations are, people talk. People don't know what to expect. Are we going to see a reincarnation of some of the just freshly let go of cabinet secretaries? Are they going to be reshuffled into their positions? Let us know. Also, you can engage us. What do you think? Do you think some of them will make a comeback, but now in a different sector? And are you ready for a government where we are going to see the people that were in power being recalled back into the cabinet? Are we ready for a Kenya like that? Or even if we are not ready, would it reflect well on the Kenya Kwanza government? Or do we get absolutely new faces? Would you trust the president to get people who have not, quote unquote, served in his government and he places them on his cabinet, Yeah, but I mean, the outcomes are it's either one thing or the other. It's either he recalls some of his cabinet, it's either he recalls people who were from the former Uhuru government as well, and then he places them in much more fitting cabinet positions as well. But I'm also very curious to see these 29 people and also the Attorney General, who is going to be the Attorney General. So many questions and so many things to ask there. But yeah, let us know on across our social media. What do you think the president should do, or what do you think what do you think is likely to happen? Is it a reincarnation of this cabinet? Is it a completely new, new faces completely? I mean, he has hinted to a broad-based government, which the hint here is that he wants to include people from across the political divide, not only from Kenya Kwanza, but also even Azimio as well. Sort of a repeat of the nusu mkate. We've seen a coalition government, or what they were calling serikali ya nusu mkate, where sort of divide the roles and the political positions, and I mean the cabinet positions, I beg your pardon, as well. So yes, and on that note, on page 6 we also have a story right there by Dennis. We have a story by Dennis Kabara. The title of the story is "Firing an Entire Cabinet in a Presidential System is Akin to Firing Yourself." All right. So, and he questions here that is the question is whether Kenya is making democratic progress, or whether we are witnessing yet another rearguard political action in our low trust society. So yes, you can grab your copy of the Standard on page 6 to read that analysis of that story, which is basically just what I was saying last week on Friday. I was saying that firing a cabinet, an entire cabinet, is not really an individual-based problem. It's a systemic. The issue is systemic. Like you can fire cabinets, but the system that they are going to be re-elected or elected or appointed rather back into power, if it's going to remain the same, then you risk ending up with the same issue that we have dealt with in the past. Yes. Okay. So on page 7 of the Standard newspaper, a story here about Kalonzo. Is Kalonzo finding his voice, or is he just the perennial? There's a word there that I cannot that I cannot quite pronounce. Brian Otieno. He's in the wake of the Gen Z backlash. Kalonzo openly abandoned his coalition partner and the president, and so you can grab your copy of the Standard there and read what that story says about the Wiper leader, Kalonzo Musyoka. All right. Well, I can see that we are way above the top of the hour. So let's get some music and we come back and we get into our conversation for today. Today, we shall be discussing human rights violations amid political crisis and political movements, political revolutions, whatever word you want to use, yeah? And the reason as to why we are having this conversation is because, I mean, we've seen a widespread cases of politically infused human rights violations, whether we are talking about abductions, for instance, whether we are talking about deaths even, injuries, whether we are talking about whatever it is that we've seen in that can pass for human rights violations. And why does it always feel like, the question that we are asking ourselves is that, are these violations or violence to human rights, are they prerequisites towards political, social, and economic freedom? Like, do we always have to have some bloodshed, for instance, when a whole nation decides that they are going out there, they are going to protest for whatever it is that they want to see? Why is it that there's always blood to be shed when we have conversations around would say this sort of activism, sort of public participation, sort of activity that the citizens themselves get themselves involved in? And so when we come back, we continue to delve deeper and look at just human rights violations. What is it, first of all? What is the definition of human rights violations? And what is the context here in Kenya? What is the context in Africa? What is the context in the world? Yeah, because I know that some of the systems, actually most of the systems and most of the outcomes that we deal with, or if only we deal with them in Kenya or in Africa, high chances are it has been witnessed in other parts of the world as well. There's nothing new under the sun, and so this also means that whatever political movements, whatever is happening in other parts of the world, whether that is human rights based, there are parallels. It might not look as though it's the same thing, but there definitely are parallels. Like right now, as we look at the war that is going on in Gaza, between Palestine and Israel, you can see that it's the same thing. We have rape issues, women and children, mutilations of bodies. You find killings, mass shootings, their properties destroyed, just complete utter mess and chaos that dip entire generations, entire communities, entire nations even into destitution that is beyond sort of repair, if I can say. Because like right now, a country like Palestine, where do they even begin rebuilding their country? Where like where do they even start? And even before they start, the war is still going on, and it has been going on for centuries, like not centuries, but it has been going for hundreds of years, right? And so the question that we are asking today is that does political, economic, social, or just any other freedom, does it have to be marred with human rights violations and violence? All right. Let's come back and talk about this much, much more. You are listening to Power Radio.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Yeah. Magdi Yaban, King of Love and Fire. Tell me why I always got you on my mind, girl. Is it love? Is it love? Yeah. This could be us, be a bet.
Tell me why I always got you on my mind, boy. Is it love? Is it love? Hey, this could be us, baby.
Me see you from afar, come near. Right now, so me want hold your hand, so we walk together. A lot of people think say we joke, but this not a joking matter. So me tell you now, the way you looking for me face and tell me that you love me much, baby girl, me can never forget it. And when you call me on my phone and you tell me how you miss me, sometimes me fainting. You're deep down in my heart. I can never leave you, baby. My Kenyan girl, una Joanna Kupenda Sana.
Tell me why I always got you on my mind, boy. Is it love? Is it love?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, this could be us, baby.
Tell me why I always got you on my mind, girl. Is it love? Is it love? Yeah. This could be us, be a bet.
See, I know that you're a million miles away, but I can feel you in my heart.
Yeah.
I know that this love is here to stay, even though I don't see you every day. Na hata kama uko mbali na mimi ni wako, you ain't gotta worry. Na nitakupa utakacho, baby, take your time, see, you ain't gotta hurry.
Me never gonna rush,
I'll
baby.
give it to you nice and slow.
Give it to me, give it to me now.
Baby, I love her, this is
Me love you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell me why I always got you on my mind, girl. Is it love? Is it love? Yeah. This could be us, be a bet.
Tell me why I always got you on my mind, boy. Is it love? Is it love?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, this could be us, baby.
Me see you from afar, come near. Right now, so me want hold your hand, so we walk together.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Records.
Rapid.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Yes, you have to flip it. Twende biashara boss. Okay, mina biashara, close in tada, flow so tight as Chris Cantata, young in pala, ass like Prada. Na kama wezi shikanisha basi weni fala, basi weni fala. Mi naenda pale kila kitu dola. President Moi Kibaki wanahola, naonesha kidole pole. Tubo kubwa kama Rick Ross. Pesa zetu munafanyia what? Kazi kwa vijana, pesa kwa maboss. Wacha kuwa floss. Ati wasanii wata get ganji 2030. Nitakuwa 54 made under that. Yes, bere tamo huko wa shati ya kaki, check karatasi kareke. Yeah, kareke. Mini SDL, the bigger, the better. IMC on the mic, come tester. He biashara ni ka M-Pesa. Wesen, tarisi. Na ka usend, sikuski. Biashara ne, biashara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara. Biashara ne, biashara. Biashara ne, biashara. Biashara ne, biashara. Okinyo na hawe niye dige hara.
biashara niko busy na mziki ndo wanigwizi na flungine maji utadhani gidi. In other words niko tena jaba juu nilisikia pia kukula main swag from the business land Nairobi to be specific crew get popos not changa illicit River Road baby that's where you gonna find me I be getting my money fast calling people hadharani niko na M-Pesa cooperative niko na equity pesa ni mingi nimevisha so many na publicity paparazzi piga mapicha then tuzione BBC dashika mamita busy mejipa juu nimesign na DTP be a shower baby what it do Miss Stella I'm the man with the power so I make you feel like Cinderella and I'm making a shower so hope you got your umbrellas always be a shower baby Stella go ahead and tell him
biashara ne biashara ukinyona hawe nie dige hara ukinyona hawe nie dige hara ukinyona hawe nie dige hara biashara ne biashara biashara ne biashara biashara ne biashara ukinyona hawe nie dige hara
nikiwa na STL unajua grafu walikali jumupenda kuchiugamu unaweza nipata hali assalamu alaikum walaikum salam mi upenda M-Pesa pesa pap na M-Shwari hasla mbayo pildo kama ndizi mi pick and peel you boys sini mjuisi easy flow cheesy kama tiba na ziko on point ka Abdu Badida biashara leta pesa weka deo kwenye mkeka mina leta heka flow natika Professor Christoph ndo anatesa kila time weka pressure pima na tape mesha kula Ethiopia na pwebesha anapenda Rose na yesi amba ni kama vindio unaweza dhani ni mkamba biashara ndo miulamba basi imenifanya mweupe squeezy kapamba
biashara ne biashara ukinyona hawe nie dige hara ukinyona hawe nie dige hara ukinyona hawe nie dige hara biashara ne biashara biashara ne biashara biashara ne biashara ukinyona hawe nie dige hara
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Another day, another crisis. Keyboard warrior still typing. Mini lava siku hizi spendi fighting. Na maheta hawawezi ntoa timing. Na hata wakinita guide, I know my baby will be by me. Na wakiniseti kwa IG, dawa ya watiaji huwanga silence. Niko sherehe mina vibe, nanyi munani analyze. I wonder why, me I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Niko sherehe mina vibe, nanyi munani analyze. I wonder why, I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Cheki zangu zimenai. Don't you disrespect my lover. Sina noma my guy. Tonight I don't want no drama. Sina noma my guy. Chaber dongingero anahero gasianda. Sina noma my guy. Leo ni party hadi mchana. Sina noma my guy. Sherehe na piganga na kikosi. Kwa mfuko pesa haikosi. Mademu wananitanga kiongozi. Vile mimi hutesanga Nairobi. Sele zimeripoti. Chini tuko kwa magoti. Aki wewe usinirekodi. Kesho nipate mmesha niposti. Niko sherehe mina vibe. Nanyi munani analyze. I wonder why, me I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Niko sherehe mina vibe. Nanyi munani analyze. I wonder why, I'm just tryna catch a wine. We shughulika na your life. Cheki zangu zimenice. Don't you disrespect my lover. Sina noma my guy. Tonight I don't want no drama. Sina noma my guy. Chaber dongingero anahero gasianda. Sina noma my guy. Leo ni party hadi mchana. Sina noma my guy. Sina noma. Sina noma my guy. Sina noma. Sina noma my guy. Sina noma my guy. Chaber dongingero anahero gasianda. Sina noma my guy. Nekakana weri, nekakana weri. Oh,
from sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Charisma with his very tantalizing, actually, I would say, ballad song thing. And Sinanoma, I love that song. It's very tantalizing and smooth as well. It's playing right here on the Power Radio, the one and only Power Radio. And we are on the Power Morning Drive show. We are cruising nicely. I am your captain, Wanyoike, and we are here on the way till 10 a.m. So to continue with our discussion for today we are talking about human rights violations amid political revolutions, political crisis, political, movements, whatever word you want to use. And the question that we are asking is, do we have to absolutely deal with issues of human rights violations and violence against people in a bid to see a society that is completely free from, for instance, in Kenya, we've seen over the past 3 weeks or so, Kenyans going out to the streets to protest against the punitive finance bill. And out of that, alleged reports from the government is that over 41 people were killed during the protest, as well as hundreds injured during the protest as well. When police go rogue, that is what happens. And I want us to now look at even the provisions within the Kenyan law in terms of what the human rights Bill of Rights says. And for someone who might be wondering what is this meaning, what's the meaning of the human rights violation, according to humanrightscareers.com, they're saying that human rights means that it's the use of torture or other inhumane treatment in whatever is happening. And some of the examples of human rights violations include, as we've said, torture. We also have things like deaths as well, assault. We have extrajudicial killings as well. We have the plunder of property and forceful removal of properties. And in some cases, we witness rape against women. We also have abductions as well. So it depends and it varies from different countries, from different situations as well. And so in Kenya specifically, the Constitution has given us a framework within which we are supposed to follow, and that framework is found within the Bill of Rights, Chapter 4 of the Kenyan Constitution. That's where the allocation of the Bill of Rights is found, and it's a long, very long and very in-depth, capturing of the rights. So Article 26 all the way till Article 40 what? All the way till Article 40. It deals with the fundamental rights. We have the right to life. We also have the right to equality and freedom from discrimination. Human dignity is also under that. We have the freedom and security of the person, slavery, servitude, and forced labor. We have the right to privacy, freedom of conscience, religion, belief, and opinion. Freedom of expression, freedom of the media, access to information, access to justice as well, political rights, freedom of movement and residence, protection of right to property, labor relations, environment, assembly, demonstration, picketing, and petition. You can find all that in the Bill of Rights which is under Chapter 4 of the Kenyan Constitution, specifically Part 2, Section 2 of the Rights and Fundamental Freedom. And also Section 3 has a specific application of rights as well. We also have the Kenya National Human Rights and Equality Commission under the Section 5 of the Kenyan Constitution, and also yes, so those are some of the sub categories. But specifically, what we will be forming the discussion for today is the Kenya National Human Rights and Equality Commission in Kenya. So one of the things that of course we still don't know. Police are still investigating, and I don't want to get into trouble for saying something that is not in public domain. But allegedly, some of these decomposing bodies, the theories that are being what Kenyans are saying, even on the streets, is that they might be connected to the mass shootings that happened in Githurai over the anti-finance bill protest as well. And so, it really begs the question as to, one, you putting the public in harm's way in terms of maintaining law and order, quotes, I say that in quotes, does not make sense in any way, if you ask me. Yeah. And if you are in, for example, in most countries that we see, there's always going to be those people that are put in harm's way when it comes to fighting for example, political freedom or social freedom, right? And the implication then thereof becomes, why are we seeing continuous violation of human rights? What message does it send to the people that, for example, like, history can show you, like we have seen wherever countries are going through their political transitions, it sort of happens like a second nature that we will have to see violence, at least in growing democracies, right? And so the question that we want to ask today, what do you think? Tell us, like, do you think we have to see deaths? Yeah. Do you think we have to see violations and violence against human rights issues whenever it comes to political activity? And it's very sad. Like, I mean, right now, if we just look at the plunder that has happened, it might take quite a while for example, those who lost their property maybe or their businesses during the protest. It might take a while for some of them to recover. But ask yourself, the families of those people that died, like, will there be any sort of recovery for them? They've lost their family members, they've lost their loved ones. It's quite hurtful, it's quite painful to see, and it's like, is this what we have come to as a nation, right? Like, we are seeing deaths. Nobody's life should go, as you've seen. Like, if at all you're going to have the constitution that protects the human dignity and human life, in theory, then in practice it should also reflect. Yeah. So, I mean, let's say their name. We have Rex Masai, just one of the people that were able to. I know there was a concert last week to commemorate the fallen soldiers of those that were killed during the anti-finance protests, right? And that is a violation, right? That is a violation. The Kenyan Constitution is clear on the Bill of Rights that if you are saying that we have the right to, and then these were peaceful and peaceable protests, right? It was demonstrations that were organized and picketing, which is a human right that nobody should be able to violate human life. And so when we're seeing the loss of human life, then it begs a question. What message are we sending? What message are we sending, right? No life, I am of the opinion that no life should be lost in political in any sort of political revolution, if I was to be asked, and something else is also the continuous abductions. My God, we've been seeing campaigns, and we have them on record. Some people missing, and then they are released after. Who knows what happens to these people when they are abducted? Yeah, forceful. We've also seen the extensive forceful arrests, right? Forceful arrests of people who are out in the streets just demonstrating by the mere fact of they do not want to deal with a government that does not listen to them as well. So these are some of the things. It's like we are at a crossroads, there's a statement that I keep hearing people saying that the more things change, the more things remain the same. And indeed, it has come to prove true that when we are making 2 strides forward towards democratic progress, it seems like we take 5 steps behind. We take 5 steps back in this same democratic progress, and now it becomes democratic retrogression, because you cannot have a democratic republic or a democratic, so to speak, nation, and have the people that this democracy is set up to protect or set up to sort of serve, also being retrogressed and being violated in the same breath, right? Democratic processes and, for example, the Constitution, while it was instituted, while the Bill of Rights in those 5 sections that I have read of the Kenyan Constitution have been it has been installed there for the protection rights. It has been installed there for the service of the Kenyan people. It is gazetted in law. I remember during the roundtable interview with some journalists and the president, and when he was being asked about the post-protest analysis and what had been happening. The rule of law is clear. The rule of law states this. The rule of law states the other. And this law, the law that we are talking about here, is that if you're going to have the law installed and instituted for the service of the Kenyan people, then it means that from their lives, we have to ensure that their lives are like the most precious things. I keep saying I'm very people-centered in everything that I do. And I think that if your politics as a nation are not serving the people that have put you in power, then we're as good as dead. If, for example, you are a businessman and you're not preserving or upholding human dignity during your tenure as a businessman, if you are a leader of maybe a church, or maybe you're a leader of whatever social institution that you find yourself in, if you're not people-centered in your approach, if people's dignity do not matter to you, if you achieve success at the expense of the people that you're working with, or the people that you're interacting with, anything that you do that is not people based, if their dignity is and human dignity can be jeopardized in so many ways. Yeah, maybe you're a boss, and for example, you do not even know, for instance, when was the last time your employees even like you don't even see them for the people that they are. For you just look at them as they're just people that I work with. They're just people that work for me, actually, not even work with. And so there's a reframing of mindsets that we need to have in this country when it comes to when it comes to human life, when it comes to the preservation of human dignity, when it comes to the preservation of like the rights, yeah. And so why I was saying that you cannot have a democracy that quote unquote seem to be progressing, yet in the other breath it's leading towards the retrogression of the people that appointed you into power, then we are as good as dead, we are as good as done for, right? And I'm just looking at it, and I have to call out the media, me being part of the media, how we also propagate this sort of narratives, right? Around, for example, the reporting that we do, how we go about reporting of these narratives, when we clearly can see that this is a human rights violation, we use words like allegedly, yet we know for sure that this is what is going on right now. When it comes also to the reporting in the media, we also see a lot of spewing of data as statistics. And these are people, yeah? I know that the numbers don't lie and yada, yada, yada. We are taught to quantify whatever it is that you're saying, like in the we call it hubris of data and upholding facts. You cannot uphold facts over truth. You cannot do that. And so, while I understand the importance as to why we need to have, this data and this statistical, very logical explanations to whatever we are seeing, let's not forget that these are people. If we are talking about abductions in their numbers, let's put the human interest and human touch to the kind of reporting that we are engaging with. Yeah, if it is deaths, let us not forget that these are just not numbers. These are people. These are people. These are full human beings. These are individuals. And so this is something that I would like to call centralize the person in your reporting as a media practitioner. I'm also calling out myself, right? We have to, as a society, as a country, we have to be very people-centered in the things that we are doing. And so for me, if you want to tell me about democratic development, or even development, social development, economic development, if it is not going to serve the people, if there are people that are not centered in like the wellness of the nation, right? The wellness of the full individual, I'm not going to rock with it, simply because you cannot tell me that the country is doing well and yet a big chunk of the people are not even living within the standard of life that is supposed to be given to them. When you're talking about the minimum wage in the current economic in the current economic situation, for example, yeah, if somebody is living under $1 a day, this is beyond under 100 shillings a day, and you want to tell me nonsense of GDP and foreign investors and all those things that we are so accustomed to hearing, big words that mean nothing to the mwananchi wa kawaida. We are doing nothing. We are doing absolutely nothing. Sorry to break it to you, but that's very retrogressive. So yeah, a human first approach, centering a human first approach in all the things that we do as a nation is what I am garnering up for. I was listening to a friend of mine she is Kenyan, but she was raised in Botswana, and she was so shocked when she came to Kenya to just see how we deal with people here. Like one thing that really, really shocked her was the matatu culture. I don't know where you guys live, but on my route, like we see like people packed on top of one another. And I remember Michuki was very against this thing, because it really caused a lot of accidents. But even beyond the accidents, people are sio mboga, watu sio mboga ama kuku. You're just putting them on top of one another. Why? To make that extra shilling? To make that extra shilling. You know, it might look like it's, I mean, madam, just so to, and me, I refuse. But then I cannot go into a matatu that I'm going to be squeezing it. I'm paying my whole amount there. And you want to squeeze me in with other people. First of all, I'm too big as, like, physically, I'm big. I can't even fit. I cannot even fit. I can't even fit to be squeezed into. Yeah, but you see, so she was telling me that in Botswana, they don't even have border borders. They don't even have, like, buses there are proper buses. You see the way we have buses for, like, maybe school buses, and they're clean, and there's, like, a lot of decorum. Actually, she told me, to my utter shock, I actually want to go to Botswana and just see, for, like, live there for a month and see what my Kenyan existence has reduced us into, you know, because what is normal here, I reckon that it's not normal in other countries, and we are living way substandard of what human dignity should portend. So yeah, so that was just one small example of what she was telling me, and she was saying that, yeah, guys, they don't even have ghettos. Like, the ghettos there are like the South Sea of Nairobi, for instance. Like, it's an unheard of. And of course, an excuse of that would be, yeah, but you see, Botswana has 2 million people, and then us here, we are like, what, 51, 52 million people. So there's like a discrepancy there. But no, the US has more people too, but it's about, you know, the rights, or rather, the law that you institute really show a lot. And even not just on theory, but how you implement it out there. It shows where your heart truly is. It shows where your mind truly is. And from where I sit, I don't think the Kenyan mind of, especially of political leaders, is within the citizens or people first approach, right? And you can call me a socialist, but I honestly would take a country without skyscrapers, but the quality of people, like, people are living in dignified situations. Yeah, you can take your skyscrapers away from me, but that's not what is going to pass for a working economy. That is not what is going to pass for a country that has its things figured out, you know. So let's take some music break. I can go on and on and on and on, and then we come back and we continue with our discussion for today. This is Power Radio.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
I've been faded, I've been naked, in different places, many faces, X-rated, yeah. I've been patient, I've been waiting. No other one that's come around can do the things you do. Bookie come around, we smoke a lot, Canadian pot, G's and bomb. Catch a wine, dance along, bounce along, baby, bounce along. Wine and dine, made your mind, it's a clear sign that no other one that's come around can do the things you do. Nobody else can match my energy. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah. We up all night and still we tryna be busy on the AM. Cheesy come my yeah. Cheesy come my yeah.
very patient. See, I'm not so complicated. Ukakwama on my mind, your toes are juicy, align. Moyo ukapiga sign, kisha uka underline. Only free because you let me be. That's the love I want for me. Long time was so baridi. Can't deny the chemistry. Ukakwama on my mind. Tuka alive. Tuka bigger sign.
Nobody else can match my energy. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. We up all night and still we tryna be busy on the AM. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, cheesy come on, cheesy come on.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Yes, this is Power Radio. I wish I could sing like Zenia Manasseh, who is just getting out right here there with Ben Soul. Ooh, I beg your pardon. Their song is cheesy. But let me check some comments that have been coming through. Kamakawa, we stand you, Mr. DJ CJ Kenya. Akupale locked anasema the president is caught up in a catch-22. He cannot bring back thugs though. I pity any candidate who will be nominated. Parliament has never seen the level of scrutiny like what is coming. All right, hiyo ndio maoni yake. I think he's talking about when we were talking about like what do you think is the President Ruto going to reincarnate his cabinet, right? Do you think he's going to have a repeat of some more people that have been in the papers as well? In the papers, I am so journalist, Baga, I think in terms of the news. But yes, so that's what DJ CJ is saying. And then Storycam Africa, also we see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's always good to see you. He or she, I don't know who Storycam Africa is. Maybe you can tell us. You can let us know. Are you a he or a she? Saying Botswana cannot be like Kenya. Check population. Yeah, as I had said, the population is 2 million. And then I said after that we are 51 million. But that's what I'm saying. Like you plan according to your population, basically. There are countries that are more populous, yet their people are not necessarily like suffering like that. For example, China. A good example is China. They have billions in their population, right? And of course, the financial muscle, I mean, we can go on and on. In terms of what they have one up for their country, because like we talk about the manufacturing hub, that's China. It's a world superpower because of manufacturing. Actually, if at all, I don't know, but I think manufacturing could be one of the biggest economic activity mainstay for China as well. And so, but basically what I'm saying is, you cannot say that now we stay off completely of planning for our people just because we have a bigger population. You plan with the resources that you have. You plan according to the people that you have. He also saying that if we were to compare America with Kenya, then we are missing the point. We will get there when we do, but first we have to get personal interest out of governing. We just have bad manners. I agree. I absolutely agree. Yes. Yeah. I'm not even this. I absolutely agree. We cannot compare, but we can learn. Yeah, maybe that's a better way of looking at it. We can learn from America. We can learn from countries. I keep saying countries like Singapore, and even them. They have a population of around 6 million people, but you look at the how they treat their people. It's a very the state of the economy is parallel to the state of the standards of living right there. And so if we don't necessarily have to compare, because of course there are so many factors that go into getting countries in that kind of level field. So we have cultural factors right there. There's something that could culturally work in Kenya that would translate into the social fabric, into the economic fabric of Kenya, into the political fabric of Kenya that might not work for another part of the world as well. And so cultural factors also do play a part in making a nation, in making and building nations as well. But what I know for sure can work is put people first. Put people first. Without even, I know I can say this without fear of contradiction. I know most cultures in the world are people-centered. Even cannibals, okay, maybe not cannibals, I don't know about those communities that eat people, whether they were people-centric. And people-centric is basically just this, sort of communal living. And I know Kenya is a capitalistic society. I know that modes of capital, even if it means that we have to step on people to get this, would I say, factors of capital, for example, then that's what is going to happen. Yes, so it being a capitalistic country, the conversation then skews a little bit differently. It goes differently from what we are saying here. But societies that were seen to prosper, even historically, if you read about the anthropology, for instance, of most African societies, and anthropology is the study of people. If you do your thorough study well, it would show you that the communities that were thriving are the communities that were super communal. And so that's just what it is. That's just how it is. That's what it is. And so, but either way, it's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is that we have to be people-centric in all our dealings in this country. So that's what I'm gonna say. So anyway, going back to our conversation for today, we have been looking at and dissecting the human rights violation state. And especially what really inspired this is the ongoing. First of all, we are seeing the recovery of bodies in Kware, and investigations have started, and there are so many theories in the air. And one of those theories is that this might be the post-protest bodies, the post-protest killings that were happening across different parts of this country. But allegedly, we are yet to get an official confirmation and an official report from the DCI right there. And so yes, I was looking at the the situation, in Kenya. And before, like at the top of the hour, I was saying that if it has happened here, it has probably happened elsewhere. And newsflash, it will happen elsewhere, because this is the kind of world that we live in, right? When one of the things that I keep saying, and I do observe a lot in governments, in political systems across the countries, across Africa and also across the world, is that when you have a political class that is afraid of what the people could potentially be or do, in terms of them protecting their place in different countries, then that's how you end up with having things like extrajudicial killings. That's how you end up with things like abductions, forceful arrest as well, killings, we have injuries, we have threats, death threats as well, people being intimidated, people being tortured. All these are captured within the human rights violations spectrum. And it's quite a spectrum. It's worse for women and children. We have rape for women as well, mutilation of bodies. We've seen that. We've seen a lot of that. Why? In political movements, in political revolutions. And the real crisis here is that human rights and human life is put to the back burner so that just few people can safeguard and protect their place and their position in power, And that is absolutely wrong. A statement from the Human Rights Commission in Kenya, they came out with a statement a while ago, and they gave Kenyans on how to report maybe some of these human rights violations if they see any in their countries. And so we do have various streams, or rather I would say avenues, as to which we can use to ensure that we have accountability, to ensure that there is transparency also when it comes to the reporting of human rights violations, but also the fact that we are really even hell-bent on curative measures instead of preventative measures is something to be concerned about, right? And so today's conversation, I know that we really don't have time. I can see it's almost I only have 2 minutes, and this is not a conversation that can end right now. So my clarion call would just be for it to end. Like, we stand with the families. First of all, our pure condolences to the families of those that were killed during the protest as well. For the families that don't even know where their loved ones are, because some people, the reports are still saying that some people are missing from that time, and they're not aware of where their missing people are. Our pure condolences to those families. And to the government, please act in the respect of upholding human lives and human dignity. Yeah, if you are going to say that we are, a constitutionally, apparently the Kenyan constitution is known to be one of the best in the world. Let it just reflect even in the common mwananchi. Let us not just have documents that are somewhere in the clouds, and then when it comes to the actual lives, there's nothing to show for it, So let us be great in theory and also great in practice, great in implementation, and great in the realities of the people. So I'm just going to leave that at that, but it's a conversation that I'm keen to pick up with now an expert. So if you guys know any experts that you, or even if yourself, you're an expert of human rights, and also you work within that sphere, you can get in touch with us and let us know, and we'll have a conversation here with those people, the experts that work within these environments. Yeah, but it's now time. The time is now 10 a.m. on the dot, East African time, which means that ni wakati wangu wa kufunga jamvi letu la Power Morning Drive Show. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who was able to tune in. Thank you so much for those that were able to comment as well. We do not take it for granted. If you find this helpful, please share it. Yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is at Power Radio, and let your people know that we do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yes, on Power Radio, and we are happy. We are happy that you are able to join us and to engage with us on the conversations that really matter to you and to the Kenyan public as well. But for me, for now, it's a goodbye. Thank you to everybody who ameweza kufanikisha this broadcast to come to you live as you are. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to have you. Me, of course, on Mondays, you know where I'm going. At 5 p.m., tutakuwa pale Nairobi Cinema, Fitness in the Word. If you have time and you are around, please come join us and we get blessed together as we learn things about the Word of God. But I've been your host, Wanyoike, and I will see you on Wednesday, same time, same place, as we talk about. You'll find out what we shall be talking about on Wednesday. But join Mudhoni Gitao from 11 a.m. She will be here with the She Talks show. And also later on, Sharia Dive, our in-house lawyer, Mr. James Wanjeri. He will also be coming in with some legal information that you do not want to miss out on. For me, for now, it's goodbye. God bless you and see you on Wednesday.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Cool boy. Now call me Flip Boss. I know you like me, I know you feel me. I know you want a life around me. I know you love me, and I love you too, baby. I know you like me, I know you feel me. So let me put a ring on your finger. I know you love me, and I love you too, baby. Mr. Prevent, bang, I'm loving your outing. Janjana kita, kigingi simga. God just know that it's nothing. That I am a pain, trusting woman, woman, woman. She be my woman, woman, woman. But I'm still coming, sing along my name, baby, yeah. True love do exist, and that's what I'm getting from my queen. And I know they gonna say it's not real. This time we're gonna make them free. I say, bang, I'm loving your outing. Janjana kita, kigingi simga. God just know that it's nothing. That I am a pain, and a trusting woman, woman. She be my woman, 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 woman. She be my woman, 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 woman. She be my woman, 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 woman. She be my woman. Oh, no, she be. Oh. I know you love me, I know you like me. Baby, I know you want me, so let me put a ring on your finger. I say, woman, woman, woman. Woman, woman, woman. Hey, woman.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.